I'm Josh.
I'm Karen Lively.
Andy Lively.
Hi. Have you ever been on a blind date? Well, an interview is not much different. Hi, I'm Justin Lively. During a blind date, you want to ask as many questions possible to know as much possible about the other person. Well, an interview is just the same. The boss or whoever is giving the interview is going to ask you as many questions possible to make sure that you are the right fit for the company. Today we'll talk about 3 things. The first is how to have a great resume, a successful cover letter, and a great interview. So first, I want to talk about how to have a great resume. A resume shows all of your latest work history going from your latest jobs to your most recent. This goes in chronological order as I just stated. In this resume, it needs to be very clear and concise, not having any pauses or anything that can sound very weird. Make sure it has no grammatical errors such as punctualization and capitalization. Make sure that it has all of your current contact information such as licenses to your car, any type of mechanics, or any different devices. It also should have different certifications that you've earned throughout the years to show your skills necessary for the job. As well as these certifications have different accomplishments in your resume. Be very specific about your skills because they'll want to know what you're best at doing. And make sure to not include any personal data such as your marriages or your health issues or any of those concerns. Make sure to not have a picture or any unusual font that the boss may not be able to read. And do not talk in third person. Second, I'd like to talk about how to have a very short, meanwhile also a very descriptive cover letter. This should just be a single letter that always goes along with your resume. It needs to introduce you and your qualifications that will get you into the job. It will give your position on why you're the most fit and can excel above all of the other competitors for your job. This is also meant to fill in the places that your resume cannot describe because the resume simply does not have the space that a cover letter contains. It needs to explain other aspects in your resume that your resume cannot make clear. On the format of this, it needs to be grammatically correct like we talked about earlier, including the capitalization and punctualization. It needs to use action verbs to share that you really care for the job and you're not just being plain and flat about this. It also needs to show personality and that show off who you really are. Third, I'm going to talk about the interview. On the interview, there's 4 questions that they may ask. The 4 questions are, the first question is, can you tell me about yourself? Do not give your whole employment history because they may get very tired and will tell you to move on. Just list about 2 to 3 of your accomplishments. The second question they may ask is, what do you know about the company? Make sure to show that you care and so they actually get to like you and don't just think that you hate being there and hate the company. Do not regurgitate the company's mission. Make sure to stay your own and what you'd like to bring to the table for the job, and make understanding the personal goal. That simply means make sure that tell them that you have your own personal goal set for the company about selling the most or just working the best and not just doing what the company wants. The third question is often, why do you want this job? Make sure in this to list your 3 factors necessary that would get you the job and all of the skills that you have for this. Also, this will share why you love the company and just make sure that you give him all the best reasons possible. The 4th reason they may ask you is, why should we hire you? This is where you really need to sell your skills and make him believe that you are as skillful as you say and he doesn't just think you're talking a bunch of words. But it is 3 things. Make sure to cover these 3. First is that you're amazing and you can deliver great results to the company and make their company succeed in every aspect, including you. Make sure that you say that you will fit in just right with all the other coworkers and you are good at getting along and having great teamwork. Also, on your third point, make sure to say that you will be the best and everything you do, you'll have the best performance possible. So today we talked about 3 things. First is how to have an amazing resume that is not too long but is still very descriptive. Second, we talked about how to have a great cover letter that is longer and can have a great description of you. And third, we talked about how to have an impressive interview with your boss to make sure that he likes you and thinks you're the best fit for the job. Hopefully now that I've talked about these 3 things, you realize that a blind date is not much different than an interview. Thank you.
Yeah, good job, Justin.
I just hope you didn't make it too obvious that you were looking